The European Union has unveiled a landmark piece of legislation. It is called the EU AI Act. This new law establishes a comprehensive framework for artificial intelligence. Its primary goal is to ensure AI systems used within the single market are safe, transparent, and respectful of fundamental human rights. Safe, transparent, respectful of fundamental rights. It is a legally binding rulebook with significant consequences for non-compliance. It sets a new global standard for how technology is governed, aiming to build trust and foster innovation within an ethical environment. The EU AI Act possesses extraterritorial reach. Its authority extends beyond the EU's physical borders. It applies to any company that places an AI system on the EU market or operates a service within the Union. This directly impacts US firms, Google, OpenAI, and Meta, whose products are embedded in daily life across Europe. They must now adhere to stringent AI requirements, an operational challenge, and a chance to lead on responsible AI. Success enhances trust, strengthens brands, and builds advantage in markets that value safety and ethics. This video breaks down core components and practical impacts, a guide to a new era of AI governance. The EU AI Act is structured around a risk-based approach. Regulation scales with potential harm to society, health, safety, or rights. AI systems fall into 4 categories: a clear hierarchy of oversight, minimal risk, limited risk, high risk, unacceptable risk. The tiers avoid stifling low-risk innovation while imposing strict controls where stakes are highest. Unacceptable risk systems are banned from the EU market. Example: systems using subliminal techniques to manipulate behavior and cause harm. Example: social scoring by public authorities. High risk is the central focus with extensive obligations. Critical infrastructure, water supply management. Critical infrastructure, energy systems, educational and vocational assessments, employment and recruitment processes, credit scoring for essential services, law enforcement applications, border control systems, administration of justice. For U.S. tech companies, the high-risk category carries the heaviest burdens. High-risk systems must meet mandatory requirements across their entire life cycle. These rules ensure accountability, safety, and fairness. Think of compliance as a pipeline you maintain, not a box you tick once. Establish a robust risk management system, iterative and continuous. Identify, estimate, and evaluate potential harms. Mitigate risks before any EU user can be impacted. Data governance is critical. Training, validation, and testing data must meet strict quality criteria. Relevant, representative, free of errors, and designed to minimize bias. Document sourcing and processing to prove steps preventing unfair outcomes. Create detailed technical documentation before market entry and keep it updated. Explain what the system does, how it was built, its capabilities and limitations. An instruction manual plus a change log. Maintain auditability so national authorities can verify safety. High-risk AI must allow effective human oversight, people who can understand, intervene, or stop operation. Designed for human-in-the-loop and human-on-the-loop controls. Build EU-specific oversight mechanisms and interfaces where needed. Beyond high-risk rules, the Act adds transparency obligations for other AI. People have a right to know when they interact with AI or view synthetic content. This combats deception and empowers informed judgment. For engagement-driven products, labeling is a fundamental design change. Chatbots must clearly disclose the machine at the beginning of the interaction. Where conversational answers appear, add explicit AI notifications. Ensure no one mistakes assistants for humans. When AI generates or manipulates images, audio, or video of real people or events, disclosure is the default. Platforms need robust detection and consistent labels at massive scale. Transparency protects individuals and helps preserve public discourse. There are exceptions for parody or clear artistic uses, but disclosure remains the norm. Find a balance. Comply without making products feel clunky. The Act works with GDPR, creating a complex web of compliance. Safety and transparency must pair with privacy-respecting data practices. Even public data can be personal. Expect scrutiny on legal bases and stronger anonymization. Real-time remote biometric ID in public spaces is largely banned, with narrow exceptions. Adopt privacy by design, conduct DPIAs, and enable user rights, shifting from data maximization to minimization and purpose limitation. For a sprawling ecosystem like Google, compliance is multifaceted. Every application must be assessed under the risk framework. Large internal audits require coordination across engineering, legal, and product. Recruitment tools and cloud-based credit assessments likely trigger high-risk obligations. Provide documentation, demonstrate risk management, and ensure oversight. Advertising AI may face scrutiny over information access and opportunity impacts. As a platform, define roles in SLAs, platform provider versus system deployer. Expect compliance features, EU-specific configurations, and enhanced documentation. Label outputs, trace data lineage, test for bias, and document the full life cycle. It's a fundamental rewiring for a new regulatory reality. OpenAI's general-purpose models face direct obligations, even when others deploy the end apps. Foundation models sit at the core of the AI supply chain. Provide comprehensive model information to downstream builders, capabilities, limits, testing. For systemic models, state-of-the-art evaluations, risk mitigation, incident tracking, and strong cybersecurity. Expect robust compliance frameworks, adversarial testing, and tiered releases tailored for the EU. Meta's ranking, recommendation, and moderation systems face intense scrutiny. Algorithms influencing behavior may be classified high risk. Assess harms like addictive patterns and misinformation, and increase transparency. Demonstrate accuracy, fairness, and meaningful human oversight, aligned with the Digital Services Act. Offer more user control and visible labels. Invest in explainability and bias detection. The Act forces a reckoning with broader societal impacts. The Act is a present reality. Action is required now. Fines can reach 35 million or 7% of global turnover, whichever is higher. For Google, OpenAI, and Meta, it's time to implement, not observe. Start with a comprehensive AI inventory. Map every system, model, and EU-accessible feature. Classify under the risk framework. Allocate resources accordingly. Legal, policy, and engineering must collaborate for defensible assessments. For high-risk systems, documentation, risk management, and rigorous data standards. GPAI developers must deliver detailed information to downstream providers. Implement clear labeling for synthetic content and chatbots. Europe is shaping AI by values, safety, democracy, fundamental rights. Invest in transparency, prioritize user safety, and embed ethics to secure EU market access and global trust. The race for AI dominance is now also a race for AI responsibility.